Okay, I'm just going to go across to my colleague Ananya Bhatnagar, who also tracks the courts for us. You know, Ananya, there are always going to be two versions. Obviously, political parties are involved, but legally speaking, and on the basis of the documents which the BJP says are freely available, you think it's going to be a strong, watertight case against Ahmed Patel and the Congress party?
Well, yes, as we go down, the affidavit has been filed by the Gujarat SIT, Pallavi. Definitely, it goes on to say a strong case, because remember that these are not fall flat claims that have been made by the SIT. These are on the statements of various people. This is also on the statements of various witnesses who have actually given out their statement under 161 and 164, which are admissible statements in courts. These are recorded before a magistrate, and only after these statements that the SIT has in fact given out this affidavit before the Gujarat court. The court has also in fact taken this affidavit on record, but I'll take you first through what is there into this whole 12-page affidavit, which is definitely explosive one. The first and the foremost revelation that this Gujarat SIT affidavit before the Gujarat court clearly makes is that Ahmed Patel had paid 30 lakh rupees, once 5 lakh and then another 25 lakhs to Teesta Setalvad in the guise of relief work, while the witnesses claim that these relief works were being carried out by way of food and material. But this, in fact, 30 lakhs was given in guise of cash and was actually said to be a relief work, but then definitely it wasn't one. Secondly, the affidavit goes on to say that for her voracious litigations and in order her malicious campaign to frame the then government of Gujarat for and blaming them in fact for the 2002 riots is something that led Teesta Setalvad to get a Padma Shri award in the year of 2007, which was given to her by the then government. In fact, it also goes on to say that the communications, the electronic communications that have been accessed by the SIT clearly go on to say that in fact she was in touch with R.B. Shri Kumar, who was then the ADGP. Apart from that, she was also in contact with Sanjeev Bhatt, and these people actually were a part of a larger conspiracy with a political motive to destabilize the government in 2002 in Gujarat. Apart from that, the final claim that this affidavit goes on to clearly make is that these people were constantly holding meetings with a particular political party in order to destabilize the government in Gujarat, and in fact this was a larger criminal conspiracy.
So based on this affidavit, of course there's been a lot of full-out political war, and to get a sense of that, Maria is also joining us. Maria, you know, obviously the Congress party completely rejects it. It's also questioning the timing, that close to parliament session, close to Gujarat elections. But you think that the BJP is not going to give up on this issue to hit back at the Gandhis? And also make the point that, look, the Prime Minister has always been targeted from the days that he was a Chief Minister.
Yes, certainly not. And after the Apex Court's observation, we did see some immediate action in terms of how Teesta Setalvad has been arrested. And now with this affidavit and the certain documents that have come out in the public domain with regards to what the SIT has said, Teesta Setalvad and it is being questioned again, and the linkages being built here with late Ahmed Patel and also taking it directly to the Gandhis. So, Pallavi, look, I think the BJP, when the Supreme Court verdict had come, Prime Minister Amit Shah had spoken out, and he said that it was Teesta Setalvad and an ecosystem which functioned on the behest of the Congress party had actually painted the entire investigation as against the BJP and the Prime Minister, who was then the Chief Minister of Gujarat in particular. So they have raised a number of questions there. And it looks unlikely that the BJP would be letting go of this issue. And if the Congress were to raise this in Parliament, the BJP certainly has, that they have, of course, the Supreme Court's observation and the SIT documents, all of that certainly showing that there was a larger ecosystem which was working at the behest of the top Congress leadership, trying to really portray Prime Minister Modi, who was then the Chief Minister of Gujarat, in a bad light.
You know, but Ananya, the question which then the Congress party is asking is that I'm sure the state government, the central government was privy to this kind of an information and documents, and these affidavits must have been around. Why now?
Well, yes, what is very, very crucial to note is that this action has come in after the Supreme Court had in fact given out its verdict. And remember, what the Modi government is clearly being saying is that it was not saying a word until and unless the Supreme Court was seized of the matter, and it was sub judice before the topmost court of the country. And now, after the Supreme Court itself in its observation has clearly claimed and in fact stated that there are certain people who were maligning the image and were portraying a false narrative, and there should be action against them. Immediately, Teesta Setalvad is arrested on the lines of the Supreme Court order, and then this affidavit surely is coming into line of a legal timeline, and which I basically feel that is in line with the legal timeline. And in fact, the SIT had swung into action after the Supreme Court had in fact asked for immediate action against these people who were spreading out a false narrative against the then government of Gujarat and the then Chief Minister Narendra Modi, who is currently the Prime Minister of India. But definitely these revelations and this investigation is going to go a long way. But what is very, very important also, Pallavi, is that these are this affidavit, which is on a preliminary basis, is on the statements of these witnesses. There has to be a lot more documentary evidence that it has to support. There has to be a circumstantial evidence that has to support all of these claims. So,
yeah, go ahead.
SIT pans out into this whole investigation and what it supports these statements with.
Okay, we have also Mr. R.P. Singh on the BJP joining us now on the phone line. Mr. R.P. Singh, the question I'm asking you is the question which the Congress party asked at the press conference. Why now? Is it because Gujarat elections are around the corner? That's what the Congress is asking.
Well, it's only after the court order. Why now? It's because of the court order. Nothing related to Gujarat election. The problem is the election is there every 6 months in India. I mean, that's there every 6 months. Now, why to relate to the election? One. Secondly, I just heard your one of the correspondent, who was the person before me, was talking about the witnesses and all. There will be witnesses, obviously. The witnesses it will be brought to book, and then they'll also give their witnesses on record.
So you think, so you think it could be a watertight case against the Gandhis in this context, because the man who's in the eye of the storm, Mr. Ahmed Patel, is unfortunately not around to defend himself anymore.
But people whom he ordered to pay money will be there to bring them on record.
Okay.
It's already there that he told men to pay money to Teesta then and there. When they first met for the first time, he called someone to the room and ordered him to pay the money.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Of course, the defense has also come in from his daughter, who says that these are unsubstantiated allegations, but I'm sure we are not going to be hearing the end of it. Thank you very much, Mr. R.P. Singh. Thank you, Maria, and thank you, Ananya, for putting this into perspective. Well, shifting focus from this controversy to yet